How many women submit to bread over time? Arranged marriages, they come with like 40 cows, you know, 10,000 bales of silk. The negotiation through wealth as for you getting a wife.
I think they have cultural systems put in place to ensure that that works. We don't have that type of a cultural foundation. We're in
Oh
more
yeah, oh
uh,
yes, we do.
explain the divorce rate then.
The divorce rate is that newfangled thing in the last couple decades where women are now the richest because of divorce, and that's a narrative that has been pushed that women should be independent, no longer be cleaved to a man, and they go and do what the flocks do, and it's a bad trend. Most would stay. Your grandmama, your great grandmama would stay knowing daddy had family across the city. The only time they know is when everybody at the funeral, but they stick it out because they understood duty. Duty is no longer a place within vows for rich or for poor, for sick and health, etc., etc. It's easy to see the come up and then have people in your ear to push that narrative. So that's why that's prevalent nowadays, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
you got no
yeah,
fault divorce too. Take that into
yeah,
consideration. That
Mhm.
yeah.
remember the
Cause
women are the most. Divorce is what's made women the most millionaires. So
Facts.
it's not. It's then and they're able to leave with they're incentivized to leave, and without even they no matter what happens, it's the no fault divorce part. You got to add that factor in it as well.
All
But
those
go
things
ahead. I think you
factor in
said
the
right there.
culture. No, all those things factor in the culture. Like I was saying, we don't have a cultural setup, a societal setup for us to maintain in a relationship. So it's different metrics that would ensure success and a different way of going about it. There was a time when you could just go and pay, right? Where you could just have money and it mattered the end all be all. Back when people had fiefdoms, back in some cultures, it still exists to this day like that. When you talk about the arranged marriages, we don't live in that culture now. So the women, I would argue that the women who marry and end up divorced, especially if a man is that she felt she settled for, it will that's me and Trev point from the beginning that it's always gonna end like that. Because she just looked up to the money. She didn't fully submit to the money. She used the money to get what she needed. And the man could do the same thing, but the person is using you to get what their needs met or their luxuries met, and then when they find a way or have no need for you, you're removed. As opposed to like with your example of the man who make 30K as a trash disposal and the doctor, and she wants to be with him. If she actually wants to be with him, there is no amount of money that will fluctuate and change that she wants to be with him. She's not
I
using
think
it for money, so I think that relationship would more than likely last unless she valued. You say what? You say what, Sean?
no, but I think what Kenneth is trying to tell you is because of what divorce has become in the
Mhm,
last, let's say 30, 40 years,
mhm.
she will leave if and the money don't matter because she gets to take half of it with her. Now, go back to the time where she left and she had to leave with nothing. She ain't going
Mm.
nowhere. She'll be beholden to that money until the day she dies or he dies. And she may be praying for his ass to die. She'll deal with it. But because she can leave now, and if she just put in her 10 years, all she got to do is put in 10 years in a day, 10 years in a wake-up call. And then she's locked in for life. Alimony, 97% paid by men. 100 people in the room, 97 of them are men paying alimony. Only 3 are women. Then then hell, I don't need to stay past these 10 years. I could take this bread, take the house, take all the things that's come with this marriage, and then go live my best life by myself. My argument is what people keep saying is, oh, the women needs to love you for you. There ain't no such thing. It ain't never been no such thing. Love me for me. That is delusional for men to believe. I think that men, if they understood that we're talking about these transactional relationships, and people need to, and I need a woman that's going to be with me, and when I'm in the trenches, and if so, you believe that your woman is going to hang out with you if you lose everything, and she's going to just get in the car and fucking and live on the road with you. That's the shit you see on TV. In reality, that ain't happening.
I see it in real life. I see it in real life.
Absolutely, I believe that.
I see it in real
absolutely
life.
believe it.
They
would
bumming
bet
it
on that. I
together.
would
They
bet my money
slumming
on
it
that.
together. Like that's real, man. There's women who stay in all types of toxic relationships. Dudes having no money, and they still with them, right? It happens all the
Small
time.
sample size. Small sample size.
The exception is proving the rule. The fact that you think that you can talk about a woman that's gonna say, well, I'm in it, you know, I'm gonna stick beside him all the way until his. I put a post up. A lot of women have been led by men who took her straight to the poorhouse, who led her straight to poverty. And women ain't doing that. Now I get it. I know that you know one or two or a few people that she's ready to go live up under the freeway with his ass in that ice cold weather, and then she's gonna stick it because she's sticking by her vows. But come on, man, we know that's not even worth even talking about.
So what I'm saying is the majority of relationships that you see working are between average people who don't get together from dating way outside of they financial bracket. Most people aren't going to get large.
True. Yeah, but most people date within their socioeconomic level. Yeah, most people do.
And what I'm saying, in those relationships, those people grind together. I used to do evictions. Those couples would come back and reapply for homes after I had evicted them. Like I didn't see them just break up because of evictions. And month after month, they getting a notice past due, and she's still there with them. The day he moving the stuff out, they got their stuff in a trash bag. They still together. And the people, look, I've seen more of that than the other way around. The alimony thing is for a small segment of the population. Most people are not paying large sums of alimony. So when I'm speaking to the majority, I believe the majority would stick. I know you don't believe it, but I
believe that most people aren't. So you believe that most people aren't divorcing.
No, but here's the
That's
question.
what you ultimately are saying. Most people are not. Most
Based
people
on
that
what
are.
I'm not saying any of that. The only thing that I'm saying is that it's not all about the money. You're going to need a lot more than that to have retention with women. If you want a woman to stay with you, it's going to be a lot more than money. She's got to like you as a person. That's just real. That's how women operate. And if you were not experiencing that, then you might want to look into some things. Women like you for you, because I've been able to get women with no bread and stay as long as I wanted them to, no problem. Other dudes are paying for the same women, and I did not. I'm just telling you, that's how it go. That's how it go. The women who stay stuck on somebody is because they getting piped or because the person know how to talk to them or make them feel a certain way. They get the juices flowing. This is what the women are slaves to their emotions.